Presented by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. Frank, you've competed here on so many occasions. What's the magic of the old course?
Just the history, the fact that this golf course has evolved. We still really don't even know the original designer of the golf course. I think it just sort of evolved through time. Originally it was 22 holes reduced to 18. The fact that when you look at the scorecard, you play 9 holes out, then you turn around in the loop and come back in. If you even time the tide right, you can play 18 holes with the wind behind your back. But the double greens, there's 7 double greens, and each double green adds up to 18. For example, if you're on the 3rd, it's adjacent to the 15th, the 4th, the 14th. It's a place that just continually grows on you, and then you realize you're playing inside like a museum of the game. Game's about rhythm. When you have good rhythm, it just looks effortless. To hit the ball 300 yards through the air, that easy.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. This shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
Frank, on the second shot here at this first hole, a player will get a good sense of the winds here and how they can play a role at the old course.
And they'll also get a good sense of exactly how punishing this golf course can be, and with such the smallest things. For example, that burn is only about 3 or 4 yards across, and yet it is punishing to say the least.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. Let's see if he does it here.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Oh, can't hide the flag stick from that man. Frank, you like his chances to walk away with a par here?
Well, with a good shot, Rich, yeah, that's certainly on the cards in that. And you think you just write a par down at the end of the hole, don't tell anyone about it. It certainly won't affect the scorecard at the end of the day. So that's the goal right here.
This one just requires a little bit of focus. Wow, I thought he made that. Bit of a stumble out of the gates, Frank.
Oh, very shaky, very shaky. So he's got to pull himself together right now.
Just 5 feet left. Has the putt, and now at -1. +1 in the early going. Trying to get the round off to a good start. Frank, we're at the second hole, and what's ahead?
Well, the ideal tee shot just a little over that gorse bush in front of you, which is down the right side. That's the best angle in. but it also brings in a little bit of trouble. But if that pin is anywhere towards the middle of this double green, then really you want to be coming in from the right side.
Well, no other way to say it, Frank. That's just an awful shot.
Bad. Got the measurement out there, Rich. Looks like 290 yards.
Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance, really, for birdie, but really, it was a rather poor approach shot.
Second shot. Good look at the green. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Always two components to the long lag putt, the speed, number one, and then the read. And missed out on that second part. Well, Frank, it's our job to get excited.
You can't when you leave it short, though.
I'm sad.
He's making my job hard. Now, it's that sneaky distance.
Wow, that hurt.
It did. Shot gone forever.
To 1 over par early on in this round. So with that, the score is now at even par. On the tee box here at the third now, Frank, all of these holes look relatively straightforward. Can a golfer get lured in a kind of a false sense of security off the tee here at the Old Course?
No, well, you can. This hole, the third hole, even shorter than the second, so reachable. But a lot of people tend to bail out towards the left. That's the middle of the golf course. And that leaves you a devilish little pitch or short wedge across that big gaping bunker that protects both the third and the 15th green. So once again, want to drive the ball down the right side, but there's a series of pot bunkers there. Oh, that's it. New member of the 300-yard club.
Good poke right there. Ready for his second shot, trying to knock it on the green. He's hit the green, but his work is by no means finished. A difficult putt coming up from about 25 feet. Setting up for an approach shot here. Frank, when you look at great rivalries in sports, you realize that athletes need each other. Joe Frazier needed Muhammad Ali to achieve greatness, to achieve legendary status. And in golf, Tom Watson needed Jack Nicklaus to push him to another level.
And also to define an era. Without one, we couldn't think of the 80s or the 90s or the 2000s or the 2010s. You need those players to define that era. So you need competition. Competition is not without rivalry.
You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Solid effort and reasonable result to stay at 1 over par. Just a couple of feet. Never a bad score on the card. That's par. Frank, now at the 4th hole.
Yeah, long par 4. Two choices, whether you game enough to drive it down the right or down the left, which is a much wider piece of fairway.
Frank, this one's going too far left, it looks like.
Yeah, it was fine there for a little while, but if it keeps going left, it's doomed.
Well, that is a really good tee shot right there, Frank.
I think that tipped the 300-yard mark.
Well, this could be really good, Frank.
Oh, straight at it.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
That's well played. Now a good look at birdie. Slight waggle, relaxed arms, ready to go.
Rich, I remember when I first played the old course, it was the Dunhill Cup. It was a team event. It was 3 players from each country around the world. And my teammates were Stuart Ginn and Bob Charles, who'd won the Open Championship. And I remember pestering Bob Charles all the way around the golf course, the old course. Where do I aim? Do I get away from a bunker? And at the time, I thought he was a bit of a curmudgeon, really, because the only thing he told me was not to hit it inside the TV tower on 17. And then I realized he gave me the greatest golf lesson I ever had, because he was telling me to play the golf course the way I felt I should. The lesson well learned. Play your own game.
Play with your instincts, especially at a place like the old course at St. Andrews, where you don't necessarily play by the book. I don't know that there is a book to get you around St. Andrews, except the best book of all, and that's the one of experience. Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
One over for the day.
Even par, currently.
That's a par, and that keeps the scorecard clean, still even for the round. Hole number 5 of the first par 5 we've seen today. This fairway looks like it narrows quite a bit, Frank. Are you thinking eagle when you step up onto the tee?
Well, you could, especially if you've got a little bit of breeze behind you, but it's quite wide in the driving area with the exception of those 3 bunkers on the right that just sort of pop out. But if you can get it past those, this par 5, very reachable.
All right, the winds are starting to pick up. Frank, you've played in conditions all over the world. What's the right way to approach it?
Well, you've really got to find out, first of all, the direction of the wind, and you have to be certain of it right now. And plus, if there's a gust, that's something you've got no control over. Well, that's got to be 300 yards, isn't it? Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Not quite what he wanted. Tee shot is in the bunker. Frank, just a slight miss off the tee. He's in the fairway bunker.
Yeah, just really got to pick the right club once again. Sometimes you take a little bit more club out of the fairway bunker, choke down.
His second shot. That one is in the bunker. Digs into the bunker, getting set to play the third shot. These winds have held up all day long, definitely playing a part in the shot making we're seeing out there today. Well, given the choice, most players would rather play from the green grass versus the white sand.
Yeah, there was no advantage to try and take that much more out of that fairway bunker. Couldn't reach the green. It's a smart play.
Couldn't have done much better than that. An eagle is very possible. Frank, you like his chances to walk away with a par here?
Well, with a good shot, Rich, yeah, that's certainly on the cards in that. And you think you just write a par down at the end of the hole. Don't tell anyone about it. It certainly won't affect the scorecard at the end of the day. So that's the goal right here.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Boy, that hurts right there, Frank.
Yeah, he's got to knuckle down now, though, because, we've seen it before, Rich. 2 putts turn into 3, 4. So make sure you can limit the damage here.
Makes the putt and goes to 1 under. Trying to limit the damage here. This putt is for bogey. Just a shade over par, +1. Moving on to the par 4 6th hole here at the birthplace of golf. This hole shares a green actually with the 12th. How do you work your way around this hole, Frank?
Some sort of tee shot, 3 bunkers that look like they're in the left center of the fairway and a series of bunkers down the right. So somehow bisect those and then you set yourself up to a green with a false front. What a great shot.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Frank, getting set for this approach shot. Our featured golfer is a player, it's obvious, in full flight right now.
It is. This is where it doesn't matter what the sport is, and golf is a great example for it, though, where when you play your best, it's almost like you're just playing out of your subconscious. Everything happens, it just flows, and you don't really think about it.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. No problems there. Really good approach shot. And now, good look at birdie. Second shot, good look at the green. came to the putt excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, a little change in the attitude right now. When you've let one go, you've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important that this one goes in.
So with a mate, moves to even par. For the par. He'll take par and move on. Back here at the Open Championship on the 7th hole here at the Old Course.
Yeah, blind tee shot. This is one hole that really does advantage the long hitter. They can get it very close to this green, but this green has got some amazing undulations in it. I'm loving that balance.
Up with the big boys now, Frank.
We saw that previous tee shot go 310. This one's further. Now, this is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. Chance to get it close here. Frank, this is just a pleasure to watch. A player hitting on all cylinders at the top of his game.
Notice it's just flowing too. There's not a lot of deep analysis going through his mind. Just one step in front of the other. If your swing's there, you don't have to find it. If your putting stroke's there, you don't have to find it. Just let it happen.
Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. And he's set up for his second shot here, looking to knock it on the green. This is a good-looking shot. Settles in over the putt. Now the train's starting to roll. Birdie to get to 2 under. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Has the putt, and now at -1. Par 3 8th hole here at the Open Championship. And Frank, why is it so difficult to get the ball close here?
Well, there's the bunker on the left side. There's a little bit of a downslope there. This is the first par 3 that you'll play, and it's just tough to judge that distance perception. You've really got to be accurate on your yardage here.
Good, clean contact and a nice result. And a chance for birdie coming up. It's 180 yards now to the flagstick. Frank, going back 100 years or more, we used to see winning scores in stroke play tournaments, 72-hole events of 300 thereabouts. But obviously, like so many things in golf, everything has improved.
Yeah, people would scoff at sort of saying 475s would win a U.S. Open or a British Open. It didn't, and it does. But with equipment and people have really got into the game, they've worked it out, and they just plain got better at it. They realise that stroke play, you can't just swing from the trees, so to speak. You've really got to work your way around and get better. You just can't sort of settle for mediocrity. It's that sneaky distance.
Filling it up today. Beautiful putt. He has this putt for birdie. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Steady, solid, and at 1 under par right now. Frank, the old course all about avoiding the pot bunkers. They're so nasty. This is a good example here, the 9th hole.
Yeah, the pot bunkers really to be avoided are the ones in the middle of the fairway, but there are some that sneak in on the left side, plus that gorse on the left. If you can carry that last one, which is called the end hole, then there's a chance to perhaps drive this green. Got the measurement out there, Rich. Looks like 290 yards.
Frank, can one small tweak from an instructor lead to a big turnaround?
With the right player, yeah. You just want to hear the right message. It's like anyone in life. You just want to be pointed in the right direction. That's an absolute beauty.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Good-looking shot right here. He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. Chance to set himself up for a good scoring opportunity with his second shot here. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Wow, touch of a locksmith out there, making everything.
Yeah, and the result, yet another birdie too. Totally in command.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. Makes the putt and moving in the right direction, 2 under par. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
He makes a great pass at the golf ball. It's powerful, but it's rhythmic at the same time. Looks to be a good setup going into the green here at the 10th. .99 yards away. That will be a great look at birdie. Slight waggle, relaxed arms, ready to go. Frank, over the course of the last 15 years or so, there have been a number of initiatives within the game of golf just to try to grow the sport.
Yeah, we've seen the PGA Junior League, which is a series of competitions, obviously for juniors to play. But the first tee really is worldwide now, just to try and introduce players from all over the world into the game of golf. They're introduced with club professionals. They learn skills that are essential really to play the game of golf. But in 2014 was a real step, what I think, in the right direction to showcase the junior talent around the world with the drive, chip and putt, where you actually get a chance to play the drive, chip and putt final at Augusta National, the home of the Masters.
Imagine young kids, boys and girls, 8 years old, 11 years old, being able to go home and tell their friends, tell their families, hey, I have something in common with Jack Nicklaus, with Arnold Palmer, with Phil Mickelson, with Tiger Woods. I won at Augusta National Golf Club. Well, that is a ball-striking clinic right there. Another dazzling approach shot. Pretty close. We are about 170 yards from the hole. Should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Well, he'll be disappointed with that, no doubt.
Yeah, swing didn't quite look right on that one.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Knocked that down for par, remains at 4 under. These putts keep the round together. So a tester from 4 feet. Good effort and good par putt. Now at the 12th, and Frank, when you put the peg in the ground here, are you licking your chops?
Well, you are, unless you're playing into a head breeze, because if you are playing a head breeze, then you've got to worry about the 4 bunkers that are in the middle of this fairway. Touch of help, or if you're a long hitter, then all you've got to do is worry about that little pot bunker just short of this green. There is gorse left and right.
Well, he pays a price for that.
Yeah, when you don't see the top of the ball in the rough, you know it's not sitting pretty. You'll need a bit of force to extract one out of there.
Frank, right where you want to be.
Wouldn't be better if it was on a tee.
Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. Well, that's what the great ones do. From the rough, they use their skill and their strength to get it out and get it close.
Rich, one of the problems with the 12th hole is the severity of these ridges on the green. If you've got a pitch shot or a short shot coming in here, not only do you have to get the distance right, but you've got to get the right spin on the ball, whether it kicks forward or you want it to stop.
And getting ready for the putt. Takes care of business, 5 under par. Shouldn't be a problem here. That puts them at 4 under for the round. Moving on now to the par 4 13th. Frank, what's the strategy here?
Once again, to avoid those pot bunkers, the first one is called nicks, and then the other 2 up ahead, once again, they're called the coffins. Somehow you've got to go right or left of those or beyond those. If you can go in the exact right position, which is slightly left center, you will actually have a full view of this green. Left or right of that, then it's a blind second shot. Oh, beautiful swing, and the result is every bit as good. Oh, nice little bounce forward. Should be close to 300, 290.
steps up to take this shot from the fairway. And it makes the green in regulation. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Good swing, good shot yet again. Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
Oh, he's gonna love it.
How far was that? That was miles away.
Standing over his birdie putt. With that, moves to 5 under par. Frank, what's the strategy here at the 14th?
If you can't go for this par 5 and 2, Rich, there is another option where you can go left. And I mean left of left. That's down the 4th fairway. That's across the Elysian Fields, as they call it, which is a set of sort of hummocks that run down the middle. And you can find a flat lie there and come across at about a 45-degree angle for your 3rd shot to 14.
And from the fairway for his 2nd shot here.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. From a perfect position, ready to play his next shot. Frank, this one is right and is wrong. Third shot, looking for a good one. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Terrific golf shot. And now, that for an easy birdie. Has only 90 yards here. Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie. Oh, Rich, that was a huge putt. You don't expect to make them from that distance.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. Frank, the 15th here at the Old Course, just a classic example of links golf, where you might be aiming for something that isn't even on the golf course.
Exactly. There's a nice line there in between the two humps that you can see in front of you off the tee. If you keep looking down, you'll see the church steeple. That's the perfect line for the tee shot. Got to be careful with the second shot coming up. You see the 16th tee and out of bounds to the right of this green, and that little pot bunker that protects the front.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Nice position, short grass, second shot. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Not a gimme, but well within his range.
Can't birdie them all, Rich.
And now he has this for the birdie. How about 7 under par now? Settles in over the putt. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. And now another par for the 16th, Frank, and another hole where precision off the tee is going to be paramount.
Yeah, the norm of the tee is really to avoid a series of 3 bunkers called the principal's nose. I've never really figured out why they're called that. but it's not the place to be, that's for sure. Stay short of those is the safe line, and then a little pot bunker once again in the front left of the screen called the Wig. That's also to be avoided. Another difficult green. Looks a little simpler from the fairway, but miss your mark with the yardage and you'll pay a premium.
Chance to set himself up for a good scoring opportunity with his second shot here. See if he can get this one to drop here at the 16th for a birdie. Settles in, looking to knock it in tight. Give me a break, Rich. Your mum could make that. Ooh, that's a disappointment, Frank. Moves to -8. So just a formality here. Did the job right there. Frank, this really is an amazing hole. The road hole, 17 at the old course.
Yeah, the biggest problem really is the tee shot right in front of you. How brave are you? How much can you take it over the corner of that clubhouse? You'll see a sign in front of you, the Old Course Hotel. Ideally, you want to take it over the U in course, and that should find the center of the fairway. You go a little further right of that, and you better hit it long.
Not the longest, but not bad. 295 yards in the fairway. We'll settle. To where the hole is cut, just about 190 yards, Frank. So a chance for birdie after another solid approach shot. Second from an excellent lie. we go. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point.
Do that.
Shouldn't be a problem here. You may have lost track at home, but we're keeping count, and that is 9 under for the day. Frank, you stand on the tee here at 18, and history is staring you right in the face.
Yeah, you have the Rusacks Hotel on the right, the Dunvegan over the back, the R&A building. Just standing there, you're reminded of how far this great game has come, and all these hundreds of years, I guess, in the future, and where will the game be then? That's an absolute beauty.
Second shot. Good look at the green. Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. On the green. And a chance for a birdie. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag. Snack though.
Well, you're not going to make that putt all the time, but you'd like to at least get it to the hole.
If he keeps putting like that, he's going to be an announcer in no time.
Locked in on the read and the speed. They'll take it. That's a par. You'd love to get this one. Big putt for birdie. Now to double figures under par. That's a good place to be. 10 under. Frank, you have to like what you saw out there today.
I certainly did. Swing is excellent right now. Stroke, there's nothing wrong with that. Really, just it's a case of getting out of your own way. I mean, the